So this is actually a very exciting video because this is the first time we're going to take you guys inside of the house. And the first thing we're going to talk about is that structure right there.
Life is a winding road.
Hey there, my name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. Welcome back to Mi Casa. Today I have my husband Nelson, also known as the Latino engineer, and we're going to be talking about one very particular piece in our house that we had to have a certain way, or more or less, he had to have a certain way, and that is our fireplace in our main living room. You want to take it away?
So yes, since we live on kind of like a plateau mountain, it gets really cold. We do not have natural gas out here, so the only way we can get gas for heating with gas is liquid propane. So you have to buy a big tank and put it outside your home. The other way you can heat your home is if you have a heat pump, which is run off electricity. And heat pumps are pretty good if you're in a milder climate zone. And where we're at, it kind of gets too cold, and if it gets below a certain temperature, the heat pumps have to go off emergency heat, and then your electricity bill just skyrockets. And we're like, all right, let's not do that. How do we, heat our home that's an affordable way? And two, or another factor was, sometimes we lose power up here.
It happens a lot, actually, a lot more than what we would like.
So not that the power grid is unstable, it's just it's very rural, so there's a ton of trees.
Mhm.
So like if there's a storm or during the winter a tree could break, pop, and then just hit a power line, and it's like boom, you're out of power for like 2-3 days. So
Yeah. So we just really had to, find a way to make sure that we can heat our home despite all of those obstacles that he just listed. So he decided to do,
a wood burning stove.
yeah. And he's been wanting one of these for a while. He wants to go out there and chop wood, and I'm all for it. That's what he wants to do. So we wanted to make sure that we had a structure inside our home because we've never had a wood burning stove before. We wanted to make sure that our structure was going to be completely heat proof. It was going to protect all of the wood and all of the surrounding things that we had around the stove. And it might be a little overkill for some people, but for us, this is what makes us feel safe. And also, this is also going to give us the look of the fireplace that we really, both of us, really like. And my inspiration for the look of the fireplace was something more from, Europe and what you find in England, a nice, beautiful stone fireplace. And we needed to make sure that once that was built, it also could handle the heat as well as the measurements and everything else that came along with installing a wood stove in a structure. And we had to be very diligent, and we had to learn a lot.
Right. So what's behind us is cinder block. So what this is, it's like a casing that goes up, and that kind of retains and holds the heat away from anything that's made of wood. So it's basically creating a heat barrier around. So you have the cinder block, then you have your block or the stone that goes around it, and your fire brick that goes behind there. So basically just making sure that none of the heat transfers over to the wood to heat it up so it could catch on fire.
Right.
And
That was the biggest concern for us.
and obviously that's overkill because I think we've seen homes where they just put the thing in, as long as it's only a couple feet away from sheetrock, you're good. And we're like, yeah, let's make sure we do something, a little bit more safe, just above and beyond. And we'll always feel better because, like, we want to be able to go to sleep, keep the fire going, heating up the home without having to be like, all right, we got to make sure this fire's out.
And I think also, if you guys recall, a couple houses ago, we had a beautiful stone fireplace that went floor to ceiling in our keeping room of our second to last house. And we love that look. There was something about that look that we really, really liked. It was very European, we thought. And we wanted to bring something like that into our home here. But we also didn't want to do it with like just a basic wood frame. That was a horsefly again.
We got horses. Our neighbors have horses, so we're gonna have horseflies.
There's horseflies and they're really scary.
Yeah, they're like really big.
They're really big. Okay. But yeah, we wanted something like he said, substantial, something that was going to be a real fireplace. We didn't want anything faux. We didn't want to just make it up with 2x4s as we went. We wanted it to be solid. So we hired a stonemason for this entire build, and he has over 17 years experience. He understood what we were looking for. He understood our concerns, and he made sure, we got what we wanted. Originally, I had thought I was going to put brick up there, and I did this huge mock-up, but then I decided, nope, stone is it. And he was great at, just listening to me and kind of working with me as far as, my decision making, because I did change a couple of things along the way. But in the end, we ended up with this, and I think we're really happy with it.
Yeah, the only bad part though is like since she picked out this beautiful stone, Yami took away the big screen TV that goes over the mantle.
I haven't taken it away. We just haven't made a decision yet. And it's so far looking like I'm going to win. But I haven't taken it away. So right now it's going to stay like this. And it's going to stay like this for a while. Because it isn't until after the sheetrock is up that he will come back in and then put the stone
Facade.
on the facade. So it's a little while until then. And also, the stove that we currently have that we're going to be installing here is not going to be the final stove that we'll have in this house. That is one thing that you're going to notice. It's a smaller stove when it's all said and done. And the reason is because that was the stove that was going to go in the cottage, but we didn't get to install it before the baby was born. And so we just didn't put it in there. And
we ran out of time.
We did. We ran out of time. And since the baby was born, we've just been focusing on getting this house built. So I told him, I said, right now, because of budgets and everything, we're just going to use the stove that we have for the cottage. It's a little bit smaller in the meantime. And then maybe a year or two down the road, we'll replace it with the actual stove that is going to stay here. And again, that's why this is so substantial. It's because we're not fitting it for the current stove that's going to go in there. We're fitting it for the future stove that's going to go in there. And it had to be a certain, size, dimensions, and depth and everything in order to accommodate the heat that's going to come out of the big stove. So we're excited about this. We've never had one before, and I think it's going to be really unique and really beautiful. It's just a wonderful place to gather around in the wintertime and Christmas time and just enjoy, the warmth that it gives.
Yeah, plus, it's got the little glass window, so whenever you're sitting in the living room, you'll see the fire going. And
it'll be a small fire, but a fire nonetheless. Because that's one thing that I love. I love fireplaces. I really do.
But it'll be built out of utility. Not only do you have the little pretty fire, but then, that's going to heat the place up, so we don't have to run the heat as long, during the day. And then once it gets to a comfortable level, you may not even have to turn the heat up on the second floor during the day because nobody's there. But then once everybody goes home, turn up the fire, put the heat on, not as high, and then,
And it gets really cold here. Last year during our like snow apocalypse, it got to -12 on our mountain. So we're looking forward to, having that be a very useful feature in our house. It's not like it's just going to be for decoration. It's going to be used for a more practical level, especially when the power goes out, because it happens more often than not. We need to make sure we heat our home and our kids are nice and warm if that happens in the future. So.
Well, and so if the power goes out and we're running off electrical heating, then you would have to have a really huge generator. Now, really, you can still run the generator and just run your necessities, like the refrigerator, freezer, and a couple lights, and then just still heat the home with the fire. So then you don't have to have a really big generator and save money there too.
Yeah. So this was pretty big and custom decision for us, completely different from the original plans. And we kind of rolled with it. And I think we're going to be really happy with it when it's all said and done. So we're excited for it, but it's going to just stay like that for a little while longer because we have HVAC and plumbing and electrical and insulation to do before we can even
tackle that.
Get near that. So yeah, that's it for today. And let's check out the B-roll.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say
Well, that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let us know what you guys think about our fireplace plans. If you have a fireplace like this, or if you have a stove, what you all think of it. Do you guys think it's worth it? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys back here very soon with another episode of our farmhouse build. Until then.
So college football season is around the corner. I don't know when this video is coming out, but I will say my money is on Georgia Tech beating Florida State. I didn't like them last year. They were overrated. They were supposed to go to the college football playoffs, whatever, blah. UGA blew them out. They're going to go down. Georgia Tech.
I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.